Clinic owners, are you in the situation where your calendar is bursting at the seams, but that of your associate is still only speckled with patients? You see, so many of us think this is a marketing issue when in fact it's actually a systems issue. And the solution could be sitting right at your front desk. Let's draw it out. So we call this the calendar control triangle. And there's three real parts that we need to be aware of. The first thing that we're going to look at is how we are positioning the fees. Here's the deal. You own the clinic, you command authority, which means you get to push down the lever of charging a little bit more because you're kind of like the rainmaker inside the clinic. So if you have not already positioned your fees a little bit higher, simply because of that natural authority that you hold within your practice, you're missing out on the opportunity to move price-sensitive patients down towards your associates. So we want to do two things inside your practice. We want to position your fees higher. We want to condense your schedule a little bit more. This is simple economics, supply and demand. What we're going to see is people will naturally move closer to your associates. The second area where we're going to focus on in terms of a system is the big R responsibility, and the R also stands for retention. We're going to move the responsibility of bringing new patients into the clinic and into the practice overall away from our associates. I know some of you are panicking, and on to you as the owner. Your systems can attract more people into the practice, but we're going to hand something even more valuable to your associates, and that's retention. We're going to make your associates responsible for the metric of how long are they able to retain their patients as they move them through their system of care. Retention is one of the most critical numbers within your practice because it is what actually drives profitability. So not only are your associates going to feel more comfortable, but you're also going to be able to drive more consistent revenue for your practice. The last component of the triangle is where the action piece takes place. And this is at your front desk, and the E stands for execution. What we're looking for here is a front desk team that fully understands the why behind these positionings. See, one of the things that undermines all of this work in so many clinics is that you understand the pricing piece, you finally convince your team around retention, but you don't have buy-in from your front desk. Your front desk is like the air traffic controllers of profitability and growth and the control piece of your time as the clinic owner. If they don't understand the pricing or the retention or where you are trying to grow towards, we run into challenges. So this execution piece and creating buy-in at your front desk is the most important leadership decision and area of focus that you need to make sure you're investing in order to grow your practice. If you want a little bit more information to understand where your practice is at and where you may have some leaks or gaps inside this calendar control triangle, you can download our associate checklist below and some additional follow-up scripts to help support patients and associates on this journey towards better health.